Hello everybody, and welcome to the very first ever commentary video for Ask Mario. I'm going to be doing some commentary on episode 1. I got my buddy Cody in here today. Totally not, using his cuteness to, make a nice thumbnail or anything. I'm totally not greedy or shallow at all. And I was wearing this hat to disguise the fact that I just got out of the shower, but you know what, it gets kind of hot here in my sound booth made of blankets and PVC pipes, so I'm just gonna take it off. But yeah, no more delays, let's get right into it.
Coming to you live from the Mushroom Kingdom.
Here we go, the 100% screen for when you get, I think, all of the moons, not including the ones you can buy in the stores. Can't quite remember.
I'm Super Mario. I'm Super Luigi.
And I'm super stoked to be here. The three big amigos. This is Bowser's former voice.
Yeah, some of you might not recognize it, but yeah, in the very first 2 episodes for this show, I actually, I'm the one who did Bowser's voice. Eventually I realized, I don't know. I don't think it's quite good enough. It's not awful by any means, but you know what? I'm glad I found Tyler, because I think his Bowser voice is much better than mine. Yeah, I ended up, actually, you know what? Maybe I'll save that for another commentary video. I'll tell you more about how I discovered Tyler then. For now, let's just talk about the pre-Tyler days.
Don't mind him, Luigi. He's just...
The original episodes of Ask Mario, for those of you longtime fans, even though this has only been out for like a year. Yeah, originally these characters were just single emotes. They were just standing completely still. And the reason I did that was because, well, I wanted to save money on this at first. In summer of 2019, I had discovered the Sonic Twitter takeover videos, and I'm not a huge Sonic fan myself, but I happened to come across them, and I think they're really, really funny. I really enjoyed them, and I was like, wow, you know what? I want to do something about that. And then Ask Mario happened. Luckily, Monica, aka Nintendrawer, answered my response on, I think it was Twitter or DeviantArt, or email, and yeah. We discussed it, and she made the initial emotes for the 3 characters. And as you can see, these first 10 questions were questions that I wanted them to answer. I didn't want to just make one short video and have them say, hey, send us in your questions. I'd rather just, get the first episode out and really show what this show is. Really get across what the comedy is, what the show is all about. And I didn't mind having them answer my own questions. There were questions I really wanted to answer anyway, so, Probably never going to do it again, though, because at this point, I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of questions, and it would be selfish if I sent in any of my own. The catsuit. I love Super Mario 3D World. That was a great game. It's not as, may not be quite as up there for a lot of people, but at the time it came out, at least, I was a huge fan of it. Strange, though. I'm usually more of a fan of the open games like Odyssey and 64, but I don't know, go fig. The human mind is a very odd thing sometimes. There's no accounting for tastes. I do wonder what Bowser would look like with a Tanuki leaf. Anybody else wonder that?
Power up when I've got him. Ha! Yeah, Mario. Everyone is your non-consenting power-up.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
Fun fact, this episode was actually the first one in which I was in a legit recording studio making. There was this guy who ran an appliance store not too far away from where I live, and his main passion was audio, as a matter of fact. It was a place where bands could come in and record for music videos and albums, and he just had this really nice soundproof room. Very, very thick walls. It was very professional. Had a big TV I could read the script off of. And, fairly cheap. Usually sound studios are pretty expensive, but it was only about $20 an hour. But, you know, I'm really glad I have a sound booth now. It's just nice to be able to roll out of bed, walk right in here, and start doing the silly voices.
I'm kind of a big deal.
But, you know what? Episodes 2 and 3, I actually ended up recording in my car. But I will talk about that more in episode 2, if I do commentary for it.
So, in other words, I didn't get a part in the movie.
By the way, I believe this information is true. I've read it from a few sources. I try to go through as many resources as I can to make sure that the facts that the characters talk about are legitimate facts. There are times where some parts are made up for comedic effect, but, you know, in general, I think one of the most important parts of Ask Mario is the fact that it's factual. Oh, Zangief, look at you.
Haha, wait a minute.
You know, it's just nice to be able to look up history about the Mario series, and heck, sometimes I even learn things that I didn't even know. You know, people like this kind of stuff. Sure, we got some Did You Know Gaming fans here.
I did too! I spoke the bad guy anonymous speech!
Yeah, I often look back on these first 2 episodes and think, how would this have sounded if Tyler had done it? Oh, here's one of those questions that, you know, figured I'd kind of get this one out of the way. I figured maybe a lot of people would be asking it, so, you know.
Single ladies like Rosalina and Pauline when you can kidnap someone who's already taken.
Yeah, Rosalina's taken by me. I do have a Rosalina Smash Bros poster up in my room. I might show it off someday. It's got Rosalina and Palutena. 2 posters with each of them, as a matter of fact.
Sarasaland, the place that we haven't seen since the 90s on the tiny Game Boy Color screen, the screen the size of a toenail. Oh.
Like, I've heard so many great things about it.
Yeah, they're just not as interested in Daisy. Oh, there you go, Cody.
It's a weird place. And
I wouldn't mind going to Sarasaland someday, but I guess, I don't know. I don't think Nintendo's really interested in having more than one princess to save aside from Peach nowadays. In fact, I don't think Miyamoto even worked on Super Mario Land for the Game Boy. That might be why it has a different princess. I don't know.
One kingdom ain't enough for one king of us.
Yeah, I'm sure Daisy will have some stuff to say when she comes on the show eventually.
you're as shallow as they come, Koopy.
Ah, there it is.
Koopy, huh?
I think Koopy is the name of a character in Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. And isn't there one in Mario and Luigi Partners in Time called Cootie Coo? She's a reporter. Yeah, as soon as I wrote it, I was like, oh yeah, there is a Koopy character in Paper Mario, but whatever. Who cares? I think it's a fun little running gag.
What do you see them doing when they grow up?
Now this question right here, I actually wrote a script, but then I realized, you know what? If they're going to be talking about somebody's OCs, I might as well just have Monica write this part. So she wrote a fair amount of the dialogue in this part. And I don't believe I tweaked it at all.
Next in line, he'll be rolling over the key.
Ah, Peter. He takes more after Princess Peach. He has a little bit more of a calm, cool and collected personality, whereas Mark is more rambunctious. He takes a bit more after Mario. They have kind of a right brain, left brain sort of personality. I'm hoping to see more comics with them someday, because Laura definitely has gotten the most attention when it comes to Nintendrawar's comics, but, you know, well, we'll see. Maybe we'll get some more Mark and Peter someday. I'd like to see their antics.
That one time, I think Laura is going to be a writer, probably for horror. The amount of
Those cute eyes. Don't trust them. She's like Jackie from Star vs. the Forces of Evil. She's twisted. Oh.
Scares you, right, bro?
I guess this is a good moment for me to talk about Mario's personality and all the characters' personalities. My interpretations of Mario and Luigi here, they're pretty similar to what Nintendrawer does with them in her comics. My interpretation of Mario, it's pretty much the opposite of what Dorkly does with him in their videos. In their videos, he's way more narcissistic, arrogant, egotistical, but not a horrible person. Here, I I want him to have a bit more of a heart, but also still be a bit of a trickster. Really, in general, I try to only have him tease Bowser after Bowser has done something to deserve it, like right here, for example.
Stop calling me that!
Why weren't you with Mario when he rescued Daisy from Tatanga?
And Luigi's pretty similar to how he is in the games, except he's a bit more of a geek. Little smarter, maybe? But still pretty awkward. And Bowser, he's very much, I don't think I did this on purpose, but I noticed that Bowser is very similar to Lord Hater from Wander Over Yonder. I don't know if you've seen that show. It was a Disney show. It only got 2 seasons, but Lord Hater was the villain of the show, and he was freaking hilarious. He was the funniest part, and he was voiced by the guy who voiced Baloo in Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Funny enough. But yeah, like, Bowser really, he acts all tough, and he has the biggest ego on Earth. But, deep down, he's very insecure, and he suffers because he obsesses over his ego a bit too much.
Beats me. Maybe they both.
But yeah, Bowser, I think Bowser very well might be the most important character on this show, oddly enough. I don't know for sure, but I mean, like, he's where a lot of the comedy comes from. And I sure am glad that, Tyler's playing him now. Oh, and for those of you who didn't know, this joke right here, totally not mine. This was Monica's joke. She made a really old comic, where Daisy asks Mario and Luigi why Luigi wasn't there in Super Mario Land, and Mario's answer was, "Oh yeah, you had diarrhea." I just put it in the script, and when I showed Monica the script eventually, she was fine with it. You know, she didn't say anything like, "Make sure you credit me and let them know that it was my joke." She was just cool with it. But you know what? I don't think I've ever told anybody that that was her joke originally. Well, now everybody knows. Promise I'm not a plagiarist. I just like funny stuff.
As for what we'd like to see get remade,
Ooh, better shoes.
a remake of Super Mario 64 on a home console, but with me as a playable character.
I'm really glad I used this brown background with the new episodes now. And I'm glad I get higher quality game footage now, except for here where I have to, like, scale it down a bit so the pixelated blurriness doesn't get to your eyes that much.
Easy to make back in 1996. Yeah, but they could have let me switch out.
Some people have sent in questions about Ella's real. I'm surprised people are surprised about that. I thought people kind of naturally assumed that Luigi was going to be in the game at some point. 64, I think, was the first console game without him. I think so. Oh, Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door. Good old Arlo starting the hashtag Remaster Thousand Year Door quote-unquote movement.
To help the cause, use that tag and show your support online.
I try to keep that hashtag alive throughout my videos. I just love Thousand Year Door so much. I have a feeling Mario, Luigi, and Bowser are gonna get kind of sick of it eventually, but you know, we'll see. Oh, this is my favorite part of the remastered version of this.
Thousand Year Door.
Please, remaster Thousand Year Door. I wave my hair back and forth. Oh yeah.
Story on Nintendo Switch.
All right, boys, that's all the questions.
Oh, this is the first appearance of me, at least in the remastered version. Originally, you just heard my voice off screen, and that worked out okay. I think most people thought that the ending was funny, but actually seeing me, I'm glad I decided to go all in and pay for a lot more character emotes. To me, it's been worth it. I haven't been making a whole lot of money on YouTube yet, but still, I think I think it was worth it. The characters really just came to life once I started putting in more emotes for them. Like in the original Sonic Twitter takeover videos, you just see still images and you hear the characters talking into microphones, and that's fine to listen to, but I don't know. I felt it'd be better to just go all in, go above and beyond, and really put some nice visuals in here.
Get your own coffee.
Ooh, this is the precursor to the popular chicken nuggets joke. A lot of times, like, fans will comment and say, Bowser's pissed off because you stole his chicken nuggets, or, oh, sorry, Slickframe, I stole his chicken nuggets and now he's chasing after you. Yeah, I don't think, in general, that's something I see in cartoons and sometimes in movies. Like, they'll have a running gag where a character just mentions a certain type of food, like, tacos, tacos, yay, yay! It's like, okay, it's not that funny. You're just mentioning a food. There's nothing really clever about that. You're just saying tacos. Or like in the new live-action Aladdin movie, they say jams over and over, and it's like, okay, what's funny about jams? And, like, I will say that there's nothing inherently all that clever about Bowser loving chicken nuggets. There's nothing that clever about it, but, you know, there's something about it. I still think it's funny, even if it's not super hilarious. I see fans bring it up all the time. Love Life even drew me once a little drawing of, I think it was Bowser Jr. inside a little chicken nugget container. I'm glad it's caught on. I think it's funny. But yeah, that's the end of the commentary for the very first episode of Ask Mario. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you want me to do more of these. Let me know if this was too long. Let me know if you want me to do instead a much shorter edited version of these. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the show. Say bye, Cody.
He's like, leave me alone.